We are going to be talking about or learning about inbox management, Google email precisely. I'm just going to take my time to go through my email to know um, the emails that I might need to delete, which I don't have any need for anymore, the ones I might have to archive, and the ones I might have to delete or create labels for. So, I'm currently doing a course with a particular academy. So, I would like to group all emails I get from them together so that it's easy for me to be able to track my emails. So, I want to do that first. Yeah. Like group important emails. Yeah. But you can start by going through to check. Like, why I'm doing this is because I already know what I want to do. But if you're working for a client, most of the time you have to ask questions. So you're working with somebody else's email at this point. So you have to be very careful. You have to ask questions. You have to take thorough time to thoroughly go through their emails, take notes. Okay, I can see that. Oh, A skill has, I can see that you are currently registered to a particular academy and you've been receiving emails. Okay, I take note of that. So what else? What else? Okay, I can see that you've been doing you've been subscribing to Buffer, you've been trying to schedule your post with Buffer. So maybe I will want to group. I'm taking note of these things now. And then still going through my email, I can see that this I subscribe to a volunteer. So recruiter via way up has been sending me emails. So if I want to catch up on that, like stay on track with that, so I'm taking notes right now. And I've also done a course, I've also registered with Udemy, so maybe I'll create a level for Udemy emails as well. So yeah, so I've taken note of those three, about four of them there. So yeah. So what else? Shiva Kit. I don't know what that is. I might just have to take my time. AliExpress. I can see that I've been doing lots and lots of stuff with AliExpress. So maybe I want to also group, create a label for that. And then you can see here pay stack receipts. I've made a payment before. So maybe I just want to create a label for my payments, all payments, you understand? So, and to even make it easy, if the payment is specific, maybe you're making payment to a particular Echo Bank account, you might want to create a sub label. After creating a label for receipt, you might want to create a sub label for Echo Bank receipts, like that, like that. That's how it just goes. And I'll just keep going through. That's the most important thing. You have to go through your client's emails to be very sure. I have gone through and I have seen a group of things that I would like to create labels for. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a label. So I'm just going to come here and click on this plus sign. Now, the first thing I took note of was the academy that I'm registered with. So I want to create a label to group all emails that I get from the academy. So that way, when I'm opening my inbox every day, if there is any message or email from that academy, I just have to click on the label and then check, and subsequently any other label that I have created, then I come to my main inbox. You can decide to check your labels first, based on how the priority, or you might want to check your emails first, maybe for an email that came in, that you did not label, that has no label, and then maybe you move them to the necessary labels, and then you check other labels for any new emails. Yeah. So right now the academy's name is AQ Skill. So I'm just going to name that AQ Skill update. Let me use update. Thank you. So now subsequently I'm going to talk about this nest, or I think I should talk about it now. So the nest label is let's assume that yeah, AQ update, AQ skill update. And then there are other things. Maybe I have a skill update, and then after I've created this particular label, I also want to create like another label still having to do with a skill, but this time around I want to be able to track my login with into my portal, into the academy's portal. So I would have to create another label and name it ASQ login. And then right here, I'll click on nest it. So where do I want to nest it? I want to nest it under ASQ update. Yeah. So I think I might just have to do that. So let me create a label first with ASQ update, right? See the label that I did here. So right now here, I can add a sub label to it, right? So I want to add a sub label. So you see what happened here. I don't know if you took note of what just happened right here. So this automatically happened because I clicked on that create add sub label. So it has already nested it for me. This was what I was trying to talk about. So right now I want to add a sub label that says SQ login details. So this is what we have here. This right here is under this. It's under this. So I can decide to hide. You see, I can't see. And if I click on more, yeah, that is it right there. So I can also decide to give a color, add a label color to this. So if I add a label color, it's just one of those things that just gives your labeling like makes it look presentable. So do I want to add that label to only SQ update, or do I want to label SQ update and its subtitles? So depending, if I want to do this all alone, he's just going to label this only this, and every other thing here is going to remain same. But if I do this, it's going to label anything that has to do with a skill, whatever, and the sub labels, they're all going to have the same color. So I don't want to do that. So for easy, making it look presentable, I don't want to label all of them together. So I'm just going to label the main label. Yeah, I'm just going to color the main label. Yeah. So I set a color, and yeah, you can see that right here. It's now time to add inboxes, like group ASQ inboxes under the label. So I'm just going to go right into that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come here and then type AQ skill. I don't know why I keep saying that. AQ skill, and then I would search. So let's wait. So right now you can see that with just searching with AQ skill, it has brought up all the emails that have AQ skill on it. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is right now, I already said that I'm creating a sub level for logging. So I would have to take my time right now to be able to select anything. So, I mean, anything that has to do with password reset should be login, right? Yeah. So, and right now, I just want to group emails to AQ skill updates, like whatever thing has to do with your newsletters, maybe email to advertise any product to me. I just want it in a particular label, and then from any email that has to do with my login, I want to be able to track my login. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and select. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to take my time to go through each and every one of them. I have like 23, one of 23 to do so. So I'm just going to, that's one of the things with email. You have to be very thorough. You have to be very, very committed. You have to take your time. As much as people talk about administrative assistance, like it's one simple thing, it's something that you need to be very careful and thorough, because you don't want to make mistakes, you don't want to under deliver, you don't want to You don't want your client coming into their inbox and wondering what, I mean, I think it was even better of when and nobody did anything to you. So you have to be very careful. So I'm going to do that right now. So right now, if you see what I did here, anything that has to do with password reset, I'm not taking it. But every other thing, yeah, like your order, you enrolled, you just finished, I'm ticking all of them right now. But anything that has to do with password, and I also left out receipt because something just came into my mind. I think I want to track how much I'm spending or have spent on the academy, and also to know what costs I've done. You understand? So that's why I left out the receipt. So I'm going to create another sub label that says AQ skill receipts. Yeah. So that's why I left that out. So now that I'm done taking what I want, I'm just going to come right over here. You can see here it says more. You can also move to inbox. You can mark all of these things that I have ticked here, although they're already red, but you can also mark as red. You can delete and report spam if it's not something you want, or you can archive them. What archive does is not deleting, but rather just, when you just push something to a side and be like, you know what, just wait there until I make up my mind. Yeah, so I'm just going to click here on more. So it says here, do you want to mark? Do you want to snooze? Like if I snooze this, it means probably it's an email that I haven't read, and maybe I want to snooze it it's like an alarm, setting an alarm and telling it that, I want these emails to pop up at so time or so date. Or do you want to add as tags to your calendar? And do you want to add a star? You understand? Do you want to mark as important? Do you want to forward and as attachment? Do you want to filter messages like this? So AQ skill update, I want to label it as that. So I just want to quickly show you something. So right now, if you see, there is nothing here. So, right? So I'm just going to do something, and I would like you to observe what happens after I do this. So I'm just going to come here and label as, right? AQ skill update, and then I apply the label. So I want you to observe what happens next. Yeah. Did you see what happened next? Did you see that at first there was nothing, but right now we have like 7 emails that have been moved to AQ skill update, and it has this AQ skill update. You understand? So I'm just going to do the same thing for login. Yeah. So if you can see here, I have unticked everything that has to do with your order, unlimited, everything that has to do with just normal updates from AQ skill. So right now I want to group these emails that I have here, password logins and everything. So I'm just going to go through it carefully and select them. So, okay. All right. So I'm just going to select this, select. And that is that, I believe. I'm just going to go through it one more time to be very certain. Okay. That's. So I'm just going to come here and label as AQ skill under AQ skill login. So I'm just going to click on that and apply. So once I click on AQ skill update, anything that has to do with update on AQ skill is all I'm going to see. And then when I come to login and I click on it, anything that has to do with my password reset, login, I've been resetting a lot of password because I keep forgetting my password. So that's just what I'm going to get. So I can go ahead and also create a label for receipts, like receipts that I receive. I can also create another label. Remember that this is a sub label under a main label. I can also create another main label by clicking on the plus sign. So now I think the second one I want to do is I want to create a label for Udemy. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and then name my label Udemy, Udemy courses, or I might just say Udemy update, right? Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and create a label. So the same thing I did for AQ skill, I'm just going to type Udemy right here. I'm just going to search for Udemy. So whatever inbox that I've ever received from Udemy, I'm going to see it here. So right now it's up to me. Do I want to group everything under Udemy? You can also give it a color. You can also add a sub level by clicking on the three dotted lines here and add a sub level. You can also delete this by removing label, you know. So right now, the thing is, I'm going to carefully go through this. Do I want to group everything here under Udemy updates, or do I want to create a sub level for particular or yeah, for specific, emails? Maybe I want to create a sub level for welcome messages from Udemy. I want to create a sub level for, certificate completion emails. Or do I want to create a sub level for whenever I buy a course? It depends on what you want. So it applies to everything. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to show you how that works. So I have thoroughly gone through this, and I don't think there is anything I want to add as sub labels. I just want all of them here. So I'm just going to come here and select everything, and then come here and label as. You can see Udemy update, and then apply the label to it. So what this is going to do is that any email that has to do with Udemy has been automatically moved to the label Udemy right here. So you see, I have like 43 emails from Udemy. So that is it. And I can add a label, a color. If I add a color, you can see before now it just has like a neutral color. But if I add a color right there, everything changes. So it's this color is just for easier. I just know that okay, green is for Udemy updates, and then what color is this? I don't know. It's for AQ skill, and AQ skill has a sub level for my login details while Udemy does not. But if I want to create, I just have to go through to know what you want to create as a sub level. So that is it. So you can do this for as many as you have after you've gone through your client's emails, your client's inbox, for as many as you want to do. Just ensure not to make it look tacky. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Just ensure not to make it look tacky. So that is it.